Welcome back to another episode of the Two Possibilities Podcast. We here for another week. You know, we steady going strong. We giving y'all everything y'all asking for. Keep sending in these requests because we loving them. This week, you know, it's another great episode. We never lacking on here. But you know, Two Possibilities Podcast where there's only two possibilities. You know, you can either go to heaven or you could go to hell. You could go to Yale or you could go to jail. Your daughter could be a hoe or she could be wholesome. You know, the possibilities are endless here, but there can only be two. This week, there's another great episode. We got 3 good topics. Should physical discipline be in schools? Should tipping be abolished? And lastly, sex on a break. Is it good? Is it no? You shall see here on this show.
There's only 2 possibilities.
My shit. We totally different. You know that we different. They even told you we different. I was raised in the mud. It molded me different. My first 8 helped me go from poppy store to steak. Even our Kobe was different. Even our homies was different. Fucked up work trying to cook. Bro showed me the difference. Built the whole thought of bringing that stove to existence. All these bitches choosing can't keep hoes at a distance. I'm still smoking and sipping. Got my degree in this rapping. Got my diploma in dripping. Only one burner work on the stove in the kitchen. But we still working. Can't let it slow up the mission. Used to beat on the table. Now ain't like hoes in the kitchen. And this shit ain't never been the same since my dog died. Left her son on the scene, had to hug his mom. They left blood on his jeans, made a thug cry. They gon' hide in quarantine till the summertime. I done seen Glock 19 take 100 lives. He got his 6 times, he ain't one die. And he got addicted to them perkies and you wonder why. Don't fall a victim to the streets unless you wanna die.
Well, we back. Welcome. You know, another episode.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. You know, I'm one of your co-hosts, Uncle Rickie. You know who I got to me on my left.
You got Raw, TP Raw. They don't call me Raw for no reason.
And on my right.
Of course, it's HeemDaddy. Please say the daddy.
Please say the motherfucking daddy, people. It's been a good week for me, fellas. I don't know. How y'all feeling this week?
I'm feeling marvelous.
Marvelous.
Look
marvelous. Did you see them Ravens? Oh, you ain't feeling it. Black or purple, it'll grow on you sooner or later.
Y'all won last week.
So. We did good, 25-6. How y'all do?
We lost a very winnable game, so I'm feeling the opposite of marvelous this week.
Take the fucking hat off.
That
please.
shit really is sad. That shit really makes me fucking sad, yo.
I mean, Eagles look more like pigeons than me. But hey, I don't want to get into none of that.
Oh, Lord.
Man, it's been great for me, you know, upstanding. We grown. I'm loving the process. You know, we still getting them followers in. So I'm definitely loving that.
We still getting the flowers in too, huh?
The flowers, you know, I just proposed, so you know you gotta bring flowers home every day now. Shit.
Seriously?
Different lifestyle, my brother.
I thought the ring was enough. God damn it.
I thought so too. But no, let's get into the shits, man. Today we're gonna be discussing physical discipline in school. How do you feel about it?
I don't like it.
No?
No.
I mean, if your kid's bad as shit, they might need their ass popped. But how you feel about it, good brother?
I mean, I don't mind it. I don't see anything wrong with, you know, teachers or principals or whatever disciplining your kids in school.
No, fuck that. Outside of me, can't nobody else put their hands on my kids.
See, we all know it.
We all see where he's at with it too.
Every week is cool. It's always 2-1. Every week it's cool.
Hey, I defended him. I think I got that for you too.
It's all good.
Oh man, who's going first this week? Or we got flip. We got flip. Oh, you got some change today?
I got. Let me see.
We ain't got no change. Let's get it. We're going with
the condoms to the side.
We got the quarter here.
Move the condoms to the side.
What does that word mean?
Condoms?
I never heard of that word.
You never use no contraceptives?
I never even heard of that word. I don't know what that word means.
So what contraceptives do y'all use?
Contraceptives?
So why you only got one kid?
Only fuck once a year.
Damn! That's why the nigga don't know what condoms is.
That's why he said beat them kids.
Fuck that. By default, you going first. No, call it in the air. You traveled the farthest. Come on, call it in the air, Raw.
I feel tails today.
Okay. Damn, that shit fell. Heads it is. So, what would you like to do?
It's on you.
It's on you to go first.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I feel as though you discipline my child with physical harm. Why would you do so? You don't even know if I abuse my child. You don't know if I hit my child at home. That's not no discipline no teacher should do. no guard should do, nobody should do. You call my phone and tell me, yo, your child is acting up here. Then I come here and I situate my child. Don't use no physical harm because you don't even know your own power. You don't know your own script. So if you go ahead and just pop my child probably feel like you slapped the shit out of him. And then since you slapped the shit out of my child, I'm slapping the shit out too. Simple.
Oh. Woo. You hear that, gavel? Because that's exactly what he gonna be.
I didn't see a reason. I didn't get his argument, but it's cool. It's gonna be easy.
Don't waste your minute. Just say what you got to say.
Time still started.
He didn't never tell me to go.
Go.
Okay. Well, we all know the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. We all know what that means. It means that it takes an entire community to raise a child. So for me, any elders in my vicinity or any elders that's taking care of my child, I want them to be an extension of me. So if I'm teaching my child a certain way, if they have a certain way of teaching them, that's how I want them to teach them. If I have a certain way of disciplining them, I want them to discipline. I want even continuity throughout my child's life, so he knows one to respect his elders and knows, and I want his elders to know that they can discipline him or teach him how I see fit. I want them to be an exact extension of me, and that's just in the best interest of the child, in my opinion. And that's my base argument. We can go.
Looks like we got a good one on our hands, folks. Let's get into it.
Let's remember what he said. His opinion. Your opinion is not facts. So you say that it takes a village to raise a child and everything. All right, it do take a village to raise a child, but that's where you come into teaching my child as far as raising them. But it don't take for you to discipline my child to go ahead and raise them. You don't know your own script. So if you hit my child, that can be a form of abuse. My child can really get hurt behind you just hitting them.
You saying it's not? I don't know. I don't understand the argument. I don't know my own strength. Like, what do you mean? What does it matter if I know my own strength?
What if you heavy handed and you really fucking hurt my child? You really hit my child on the rib and you fuck my child whole rib up because you don't know your own script. When you just thought that you just tapped him like that.
I mean, I don't see it. I don't understand. But anyway, I'm not even gonna. I just feel like,
what?
Like I said in my argument, like it takes. It's okay for me. It's okay if I'm the one. If I'm disciplining my kids, if I'm physically disciplining them. Right now, I'm not doing it. But if I was to do it, like I don't see an issue with my teachers doing it, or his teachers doing it, or any elders in his family, whether it be y'all as his uncles or his aunts doing the same thing. Because I need him to understand that a respect for elders is extremely important across the board. I don't want him to be pushover. Like I want him to go to your house, for example, and him. Doing something extremely bad and him expecting that he's not going to get any of the same repercussions as he would in my own house.
Can I ask you a question? Do you feel as though abusive people abuse people?
I feel like abusive people abuse people. Not all the time.
No.
Yeah.
I feel as though most people that do get abused do abuse people. So you get XYZ to hit your child, you get your teachers to hit your child, you get you hitting your child, and you get other family members to hit your child. Your child is getting so much abused at home that he's going to start abusing other people. Not even just at home. If he getting abused at school, getting abused at home, getting abused at all these different places in the neighborhood and everything, he going to start abusing kids.
That would be true if that was abuse, but discipline is not abuse. Like I think the reason why we discipline our kids is so they won't do certain things that they won't do. So the goal of discipline is so that they understand, all right, this is a bad thing to do. And you would hope that discipline works so they won't do those things again. So it's not like I'm hitting them all the time, or I'm not disciplining my child all the time. What? Even then, I'm not hitting them. I'm not disciplining them all the time. So you saying abuse is completely different from physical discipline.
So why do you have the physical discipline my child? Why you cannot go ahead and tell him stand in the corner? Why you can't tell my child just to go ahead and write his words over and over again? The discipline. Why you had to physically abuse my child?
I'm saying that's one of the options, but I'm saying I'm trusting you to use your better judgment. Like sometimes it takes discipline. Now, I'm not saying I use discipline all the time. Like that's like a last resort measurement.
Course correction, right?
Yeah, it's other things to do to discipline your kid, but discipline is one of those things, and it's a last resort. So I'm saying like I'm trusting you to use your judgment. This punishment is writing something over and over, but he did something this heinous. He needs his ass whooped.
Not by you. Not by the teacher. You should be able to call home and tell the parent to come and beat his ass, not you. Because same token, the physical, the teacher's to teach. The teacher's to discipline the child as far as correcting his actions while he's there, but not correcting him as far as physically disciplining him.
That's a problem. Like how you want to be able to fit all right. So you about to have a kid, so you gonna go through this shit. You're gonna go through your son looking at daddy for one thing and looking at mommy for one thing, and you want to see a difference in how your kid reacts to certain things. Like So it's like a certain respect level that your kid might have for you as a disciplinarian in the family, or your girl if she's the disciplinarian and you're the softie, whatever the case may be. But that dichotomy creates an issue when the child does certain things in front of the mom and the child does certain things. It's like they know where I can get away with shit at. The teacher's job is extremely hard enough, but you got a problem child and a kid and they don't respect them because they know, all right, I can get away with this, and this is a lot of things that aren't going to happen to me. Or you're going to call my mom, and I know my mom is not really, she at work or she's not that involved. Like the teacher has to take the grunt of that disciplinary action. But if I don't have the judgment or I don't have the power to really enforce certain things in your child, then you're not gonna respect me. I'm with your child, 8 hours a day.
Once you physically discipline my child, feel as though that he's still not gonna respect you because you're authority in your power. Basically, you're abusing your power. Just like how are you abusing your power? Because your job is to teach me, not to abuse me, not to hit me at all, not to discipline me physically.
I think that's where we have a difference of opinion. The job isn't just to teach.
So what do you feel as though the job do?
Like a teacher's job is to be like that guidance, that disciplinary force, that it's everything, because the teachers see my child more than me half the time. Like on average on a daily basis, like the teachers see my child more than I do.
It doesn't.
So it's like,
but they do. Think about it.
How long is the day in school for? 8 hours, right? And you come home, you should be home with your child for 8 hours.
Right, but don't children sleep for 8? So that's a third, and a third. So you basically,
but you're still home with your child. So you should still be able to create that routine at home to respect your teachers while you're at school and everything. So you say that
you should respect your teachers, but I'm saying there's certain instances. I think you're making it seem like, I will let my teacher just physically discipline them automatically. Like, Johnny's not motherfucking doing his work, so smack his ass.
Well, I'm saying that as well. You can't tell me as a different level. So if you tell a teacher, you tried this with him, you made him stand in timeout, he still ain't listening. You made him write his words over and over again, he still ain't listening. All right, now you need to physical discipline him. I give you all rights to do it. The fucking teacher, once you hit your child, they're going to still keep resorting to that they can keep physically disciplining your child every time.
I mean, that's where the village comes into place.
But it's not a part of your village. That's a part of, go ahead, raising your child as far as teaching, but it's not
an extreme part of my village, for sure.
Not as far as physically discipline them. Not as far as physically discipline them. I just seen a video last week, an NTA person just socked the shit out of a kid in the middle of the hallway. Mm-hmm. And he said, let's go to the principal office. Go ahead, let's go tell the principal, let's go tell your parent. But at the same token, you shouldn't sock my child in the face because you don't even know if I'm socking my child in the face. You don't know if I'm hitting my child at all.
Right. But to play devil's advocate, you don't know what led up to that punch in the face.
As far as I've seen, that the boy probably just talking back that he didn't want to go to class. But they don't give him a right to go ahead and physically discipline the child.
I agree with that. I agree. Why the fuck is he punching? I feel like that's abuse. That's unnecessary.
And that's what I'm saying. When you tell somebody they can hit your child, they sometimes go abuse their level.
So you believe it's like a slippery slope. But I'm saying I don't think, like, I think if I'm entrusting you with my kid, this is a rapport I'm going to build with you. So it's like if I trust you enough to discipline my child, if it comes to that. Now, I'm not saying you're going to go right for the punch. And if you punch my child in the face, then we fight. I'm fucking you. I might shoot your ass if you punch my child in the face. But physical discipline is not just punching my child in the face. Physical discipline might be a little ruler slap, or might be a
paddling. That's what most of them do. Like most principal has paddling. Or the teacher do it, like he said, a ruler or the timeout.
Some of them got paddling, some of them got the ruler smack. Mm-hmm. But same token, we don't even know what they're going through at home. So that, like I said, once you give them that trust that they can go ahead and discipline your child in the physical form, they can go ahead and abuse it because now some shit come on from home that they feel as though going on in their head. Mm-hmm. The child just made them more frustrated. They let it out on the child. Just because you say, you can physically discipline my child.
Yeah. But also, let me play devil's advocate with that. And this is kind of off topic, but who cares? I'm mediating. But if you don't care for them to discipline your child, why do you care for them to teach your child? Like you said, if they going through things at home, how can you trust them to teach your child the correct things?
I can care about them disciplining my child. Like I said, standing in timeout, I feel as though that's a good discipline. Mm-hmm. Making my child write words over again, that's teaching them exactly how to write, and as well teaching them repetition, how to spell the word over and over again. Mm-hmm. So it's disciplining the child in the right way. Now, physically disciplining my child, I don't think that's a good way to teach my child. What is it teaching them? It's just teaching them, just respect me. But hitting a child is not a form to make a child respect you.
You don't agree with physical discipline in general?
At all.
So even if you, as the parent?
Sometimes. It's not about, I think that sometimes you do need to discipline a child to make a child to calm down and actually realize that, to respect your parent. But I feel as though sometimes they as well put a scare mechanism on the child that make them scared of you, more scared of you than respect.
I think if you utilize physical discipline right, it will always be about respect. I think the problem is that a child is always going to toe the line. That's just in the child's nature. I want to see how far I can get before I can't get far enough. Like, so it's like you're gonna reach a point, and you're gonna reach a point in your parenting or in your teacher's discipline or whatever where they get right to that line, and like you're gonna have to make a decision like on what do I do, like, because writing in the book is not working, telling I'm going to tell your mom not working, and plus you don't want to call the parent for everything. Like, what kind of teacher is that? Like, I'm just going to call the parent for every single
a parent that know that a teacher that know that a parent should be able to discipline their child.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, what kind of respect am I gaining in my classroom if every time this child does something, I'm calling a parent? Like, what power do I have at the end of it? Like, what power do I have?
A good amount of power, because as well, just because one child is messing up and need a phone call home, don't mean the other child's gonna mess up because they all need a parent call home. No, they're not all gonna all react from that one child. That one child, they probably need that guidance from that parent.
I'm talking about that one child.
All right. Y'all made some good arguments here. Now it's time for the closing remarks. Raw.
I went first.
You did. Yeah. Excuse me. Heem, that'll be you.
I know.
Yeah, nigga, go.
You keep. I don't know when I'm like. Anyway, yeah. It takes a village to raise a child. Like, obviously, and I'm gonna end it with there. Like, it takes a village, and every single time, children are outside of the home and need the extra discipline, whether it be on the way to school, whether it be the bus driver, whether it be the crossing guard. They need to understand that the elder's law is the law. No matter what their elder's going through at home, doesn't really matter about the child's respect level. Child needs to be able to respect everybody. And the physical discipline is a part of that. And I don't mind that because I trust my village to discipline my child as they see fit.
Definitely take a village to raise a child, but as well, it take the home to give the basis of the respect level for the child to go ahead to respect the elders. You can't tell me that I let the neighbors beat me, I let my teachers beat me, I let the crossing guard beat me, that I'm not going to start beating somebody else up because I got a whole bunch of abuse inside of me, so much violence inside of me. Yeah, some people say it's disciplining a child differ from being abused, but hitting is hitting. If I feel as though that shit hurt me, I'm going to hurt people all day long. So I feel as though once you give somebody the power, the authority that they can go ahead and hit your child, they're going to abuse that power. They're going to go ahead and hit your child just because they feel as though your child not listening to them. Rather than you should have called me. That's it.
All right, people. That was a great debate. Let us know in the comments, how do you feel? Should physical discipline be a thing in schools? Yay? Nay? You let us know. Up next we have, is sex on a break good or bad? Is it acceptable? Deniable? Find out next.
So relationships, man, we're all in relationships. We're in long-term relationships. Yours not so long though, but it'll get there one day.
So long as hell.
So long, but we've all been in relationships, and I'm sure we've all got to the point in our relationships where we just had enough, and we need a break. Not a breakup. It just means that we just need to
a little pause.
Just pause. We just need to take a little time off from each other, personal time, PTO. You know what I mean? During that break,
that's really not PTO, but go ahead.
It's not PTO.
More like a leave of absence.
You feel me? Might not come back. Might.
Right. Exactly. I mean, during that break, when we're evaluating ourselves, sometimes we might slip out. We might have to get some other buns. Get some other cheekies. The debate right now is that right or wrong, or is that cheating, or sex on the break? Is it okay?
Why is that even a question?
What's out of your own?
Shit. Sex on a break. Shit, we broke it up. Do you?
We not broken up. It's a break, not a break up.
All right now.
Right. So
it's a pause.
I mean, we got really, honestly, it's two debates in one. Is a break a break up, and is sex okay during the break? You know what I mean? So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Well, I always go first anyway. So
ladies first.
You won't have one if you do what you do. But anyway, people, listen, when you take a break, A break is to better yourself for the relationship moving forward. If bettering yourself for the relationship, or giving your partner some space so they could better themselves or calm down to resolve something to come back so we could talk with level heads, if that's not the key, then you need to just go ahead and break up, like completely just end the relationship. On a break, you shouldn't even be looking for other bonds, or you shouldn't be confiding in nobody to where it could lead to something like that. Your level, your thinking should be on, hey, what can I do better to better this relationship? Or even if I want this relationship, or if I don't want this relationship. That's just some of the things we'll be getting into today.
A break. Ladies, what is a break? A break is just be able to chill hour for a minute, and then once he get himself back together, then he come back whenever he wants to? No, don't just let him do whatever he wants to. You can do whatever you want to at the same time. If you say, I want to have sex on this break to see if I really like you and I still love you when we come back, then that's what you decide to do. So now, when you come back off that break, ain't no other nigga out there for you. Do what you want, ladies. Guys, if you say, shit, damn, I ain't got nobody to entertain right now, and I can't go with my girl because I'm on a break right now. You say, I want to step out and go on a date. Go on that date, because when you come back in that relationship, you're going to realize, oh, that woman that I went on a date with, she's not one for me. That woman I was with, she's more for me than that woman I went on a date with. That break that you needed to isolate for yourself, take all the time you need, do what the fuck you want to do. Mm-hmm. You're single. You're single till y'all get back together. And sometimes y'all don't get back together.
Right at the edge.
Reason y'all don't get back together is because you went about this break the wrong way. As I stated before, when you go into the break is to give each other space to come back together and come back stronger.
So what you sometimes, give me an example, what you be needing a break for?
Well, I never needed a break, but I'm just saying.
What do some people need a break for?
I don't know. Maybe somebody just not feeling this person right now or whatever. Or maybe, some people feel like, yo, you overbearing me. You giving me too much love. Like a lot of people is not used to love.
All right, that's why I said. So even if you're not used to love and you say, I need a break.
Right.
And you say that you're overbearing me, then you might well just break up with that person, because when they come back, they gonna still overbear you. It's not gonna be no different. But so my thing is, when you take that break and you realize on that break, yo, I miss that person overbearing me. Or you go ahead, you find somebody else, they come over and they giving you that distance the whole time and stuff like that, you messing with. Damn, like, you don't want to like me like that. You start missing the other person that's overbearing you, hovering you like that. So sometimes it take for that other person to realize you appreciate your relationship even more.
That's true. But also, you shouldn't be comparing your relationship to other people. What's yours is yours. I shouldn't have to, hey, if I don't like you overbearing, why should I have to go out and see another female that's not overbearing, or be like, hey, no, I kind of like when she overbearing or giving me the love. This person doesn't give it to me. You shouldn't want to compare nobody, because now what you're doing is you comparing and you treating your spouse and you putting her against a pedestal that she can't even compete with, because only you know that feeling. Like you giving her something that she's going to lose in the end anyway. You comparing her to something that you want to be. You can't just create something. It has to be molded into that.
When you propose to your girl, did you just compare her to herself, or did you compare her to everybody?
I compared her to herself.
So I feel as though when you propose to somebody, you should compare them to it's just that this person is the best girl that I know that I want for me, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So you compare her to other females and everything. This is the best girl in the world for me. I want to marry her. So even though you say I shouldn't compare her to any girls that I was messing with on a break or anything like that, because it's like, damn, man, she in a competition with all these girls. No, she's not in a competition with all these girls. These girls is that I see for myself. I don't want them. I want you. Right. So it's showing me I want you. So to you probably feel as though I'm comparing you to other girls. But for me, it's just proving that, yo, we love each other more. I want this to work. Now I got to make sure this works. So I should be able to do on my break to prove that.
True. But what are you saying is you want to go on a break to, okay, I want to go on a date with this person. If you was on a break and you wanted to go on a date, that's probably why you want to break anyway. Why don't you just call your girl to fuck up? Yeah, like,
but that's not why I want to go break. That's what I said.
But I'm just saying that was the example you gave. But I'm saying if the example you given is I'm lonely, but I'm on a break, but I want to go on a date. Okay, then you should have made a date with your girl. You on a break. You should be trying to do all the things to fix while you're on a break. You're on a break shouldn't be thinking about nobody else but the two people that's on the break. If your mind is elsewhere, you don't even need to be with that person. That break need to be a breakup.
I don't even know the reasons for fucking breaks. I don't know. Just like you just said. You said that the fucking break is sometimes you need a break because your girl's too overbearing. When you get back off that break, she's still going to be overbearing. That's not going to change your girl. That's her personality.
True, but not true, because on a break, when you're on a break, you're still talking to that person. It's not like all communication is cut.
Yes, it is for the most part. Because for all that, she won't tell you we should have stayed together or we still together. She's still gonna feel tight of y'all together.
So wait, what's the difference between a break and a breakup?
Right.
I don't fucking know. Well, shit, when I was on breaks, we was broken up until we got back together.
So
then y'all was broken up.
No, but I called it a break. We said like, let's take a break from each other. We get back together. Maybe it's just that we know it's gonna come back. You know that you're going to be able to get rehired when you leave a job.
So what do you think the difference is?
So the difference is that is a definite that we probably gonna work on it to get back together. Then broken up is just gone. Like we're not coming back together. A break is just like, all right, we're gonna take this little time off for ourselves. You do you, I do me. Then we get back together.
If you do you doing me, that's not a break.
No,
that's
like you said, do you work on yourself, and I'm gonna work on myself. But same token, sometimes working on myself is as well showing me like, yo, shit, these other bitches out here worth it. Let me go back home. Sometimes that's what people be needing for their breaks.
That's true, but if that's what you need, and again, you setting yourself up for failure, because again, you put in competition against a female that she has no chance in competing with, because you went out there, you seen things, and you like, oh, well, this one's shit. Or you go out there and you see something better, and you like, well, I could just leave her because I know this chick does this.
But that's why I say sex on a break is good, because same token, then you know, fuck it, it's not even meant for y'all to be together again.
But
do you on a break?
But see, that ruins the relationship, because if you having sex on a break, right, your mind is now conflicted. Because let's say you do have sex on a break, the sex ass. Of course you're gonna go back. You go on a break, the sex is good. Now your mind is really conflicted. Why am I going back to this person when the sex over here is popping? And the sex only over here is popping because it's only something new. That's the only reason why it's different.
All right, that's cool. But what you just said in the beginning?
What?
A relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's bad for a relationship. There's no fucking relationship. We is on a break. It's broken up.
We not.
If I break his glasses, what is it? It's broke until we put it back together. And that's if we wanted to. We're gonna buy a new pair.
Right, but I'm saying there's still break and break up is still two different things. You trying to make a break become a breakup, and it's only a breakup because we don't get back together. So why is it not good?
It's not. Why sex not good on a break then?
Because you conflicting yourself. If you having sex on a break, then you want to be broken up completely. Or you just want to be a cheater, or you want some new bonds. That's all it is. If sex is on your mind during a break, you worried about the wrong shit.
And that's why you shouldn't be getting back together then. That's why I say sex is good on a break. If you worry about sex on a break, then you shouldn't be back in a relationship. So that's proven to you. You shouldn't be back in a relationship.
But it shouldn't be a break. It should be a breakup.
That's why it should be good in the break.
So you shouldn't.
It's showing what you want. It's proving what you want. It's proving your worth.
But I'm saying if that's what it takes to prove what you want or show how you want to go about things, then a breakup is what you're looking for. But a break is not.
But you never know until you're on that break.
Yeah,
you never know
because you chancing it now. It's a probability. You want to roll a 7 so motherfucking bad, and you hoping you do.
So you're using the break to figure out what
you want to do next. Yeah, if it's good, I'm leaving. If it's not, I'm coming back.
No, he's saying he's using a break to figure out. It's like he's saying if he does cheat, if he does have sex on a break, then that's proven that that's I want to break up. But if he doesn't, then that's like I want to go back. Is what he's saying.
Right, but I'm saying if your mind is already on that type time, that's not the person you need to be with.
And that's what
he's proven. But I'm saying if that's proven and your mind is already there, it shouldn't be a break. It should just automatically be a breakup. Hey, I don't even want to do this no more. Let's not even communicate. Let's cut ties. Let's not, hey, I'm going to go out here. I might see somebody I want to fuck. Change my mind. I don't want to fuck. I'm coming back. It shouldn't even be like that.
It shouldn't. But same token that sometimes that's what you need to prove it. That's what you need to prove it sometimes. Sometimes you go ahead and go out there, you try to entertain somebody like, hold up, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this even just, not even just sex, talking to somebody is still like, yeah, I'm talking to her. She's saying some shit, but she just saying what you doing every time in a text message. Mm-hmm. You're not really entertaining like my girl. I'm going back home. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the entertainment as well is what you need during that break so you can value home more.
Oh, so you're saying on the lead up of getting some other ass, if you don't get that ass because you realize the pursuit is trash.
This nigga funny as shit. When you get that ass, go ahead. Yeah, when you get that ass.
Before you get that ass,
yeah.
If the lead up is trash, then you're not going to do it, and you're like, I want to go back.
Yes,
I understand. You're saying if you even thinking about the lead up, then you probably shouldn't even.
You shouldn't. Why do you got to text another girl? Hey, I want to go back to my girl. If you want to text another girl, just pursue that
because
girl.
Sometimes that's not what you want to do.
You want to
That's
be
not
out.
what you really want to do. You don't really want.
You don't want to do that. Come on, man.
Come on.
You got
sometimes
so,
it's like you want
and that's why bitches hate us so fucking bad. We got 6 baskets on our fucking arm. Hey, I might want this one.
Sometimes we got to step out the game and look at it on the bench. Sometimes and realize, damn, what the fuck am I doing wrong here? Right here, like
sometimes you want to taste Swedish fish water ice, but you got cherry in your cup.
Well, I see that's why I propose and you two motherfuckers still thinking about it. Because you two motherfuckers thinking about some other shit.
You still ain't get tired of Jameson yet. That's why. You still ain't get tired of Jameson. One day you gonna get tired of Jameson. Let me step back from Jameson and see how much I really like Jameson.
I'm committed to Jameson. I'm not thinking about nothing else.
What's in
my cup is in my cup.
All right. So, Rick, you went first, right?
Yes, I did.
Soften the shit, man. Mm-hmm. So it's not immaturity if you step out and you have sex during a break. It's not immature if you step out and, you know, even entertain another conversation. Sometimes you need that to value your relationship, value your mate even more, to know if you want to be broken up or y'all, it was just a break and I value my relationship more and we can work on this. Sometimes people will say, y'all need time apart to focus on me. And sometimes focus on them. They really are focusing on them. But sometimes shit fall in their lap. And sometimes they go ahead and entertain certain shit or they do certain shit because that's what they used to doing with you. And then when they do certain shit like have sex, go on dates and everything like that, it's not the same. Shit, damn, I miss my girl. And that's when they go back home, you know. Even females sometimes. Shit, I know some females that went on a break with a nigga. Shit, they got their pussy ate by a nigga. Damn, you can't eat pussy for shit. I'm going back home with my nigga. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you need that break to value your relationship.
To value your relationship and to confide in others is totally wrong. If you need others to validate your relationship or to let them or to put a stamp on your relationship to let you know that, hey, I want to be here or I don't want to be here, you don't want to be in that relationship. If you got conflicting thoughts about being somewhere that you might want to be here, you might not want to be here, you want to go outside and test the waters, relationship's not for you. The break is not for you. You need a break up. On a break, you should be focusing on what can I do better? What can I compromise with to meet my partner halfway or think of things they could compromise on. So when you come back together, you come back stronger. It's not about I stepped out, this person's conversation was ass, I'm coming back home. Oh, this person gave me some ass, I'm not coming back home. Your shit was trash, I found something better. Because, you know, everything that glitters ain't gold. Just protect yours. The grass is always green in your yard because, motherfucker, you got to mow that motherfucker. You got to throw it out there. Make your shit look presentable.
And that's what you got to do when you break to realize that. Mow that ain't long, get that pussy in, girl. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm better.
You just want to fuck other
so
bitches.
Much
just
better.
say that.
I ain't taking no break. I ain't taking no break.
Just remember, on that break, he had your bitch like this. One hand on frontal, one hand on neck.
Well, y'all decide, man. Who won this one? I mean, break is a break. Is a break a breakup? He says yes. Mm-hmm. He says if you thinking about a break, y'all probably should just break up.
Pretty much.
Y'all decide. Next debate we got, last one, is tipping. Should tipping be abolished?
The Two Possibilities podcast.
All right. So we back, man. I remember when we went to Atlanta, you know, they said you got good, you know, customer hospitality when we was out there. Mm-hmm. But it's one thing and one place every time you go that we never get good customer hospitality. That's the bar. I remember when we went to Magic City. This nigga Heem tried to get his fucking wings for half an hour to 45 minutes. The
no
fucking
wings.
Bartender looking right at him, still leaving him alone.
Well, in her defense, though, you got to order wings at the little wing counter, at the little wing station and shit. Too.
And did you get help there?
I didn't get help there either.
It was already 1 o'clock, my nigga. It was already when the wings stopped popping.
That's when the wings the best.
Shit, it might have been 2.
Even when we went to fucking, what's that shit called? Waffle House?
Yeah.
The motherfucker that's the cashier, he rolling up right outside.
My nigga definitely was.
You feel me?
And he got mad because we fucked up his session. What y'all want?
He was rolling up like this.
Nigga ready to throw his whole Dutch in the trash. Like, damn.
We fucked him up, man.
So I do got a question, man. Do y'all feel like though we should tip our waiters and waitresses?
Most definitely.
No matter what?
No matter what. I mean, a tip is a tip. It isn't. long as you give some, I mean, you get a homeless man change, at least you can do the motherfucker who giving you some service, something. I mean, you know, you can do something.
I think obviously now I'm a tip, but I think the whole tipping should be abolished altogether.
Altogether?
Just throw the whole thing away. Sure. For sure.
Interesting why you feel like that. You want to go first this time?
Yeah, you know, I'll go first. So, so, you know, tipping shouldn't be abolished. It's because somebody does something nice. I'm not saying that you have to, but why get rid of something if somebody's giving you good customer service? Hey, here, take this for your troubles. You're doing me a service. And in most tipping situations, such as like a waitress or whatever, I think they get paid what, $275, $290 or something right now. So they're doing you something for less than fucking minimum wage, and the least you could do is give them something. Everybody who's a server or waiter aren't the ones who's cooking your food. So, bitch, you can't be mad because they bring out a fucking well-done steak when it's supposed to be medium well. You know, you can't be mad at them. They doing their job. They came, got your order, they took it to the back and bring the food to the table. Well, why be mad? That's all I'm saying. I'll get more into it.
Come on, Hank.
Okay. Listen, for every reason why you say you should tip is why I think you shouldn't. Like, as long as you made my argument for me. Like, tipping creates this unnecessary barrier between the customer and the worker. Like, it creates I use my 3 points, basically. It creates it creates customers.
Spit it the fuck out.
My nigga, every time. Shut the fuck up, yo.
All right. Yo, you got 5 more seconds. Go ahead, bro.
Damn, like, yo, shut the fuck up, my nigga. Like, I'm gonna just do this shit all through your fucking open the argument, nigga. Like, shut the fuck up. Like bro, let's go.
You want to just go ahead?
It's funny now. It's cool.
I apologize.
It's funny every time. Fuck you up. Let's go.
No, go get your minute, man. I ain't gonna say shit.
Come on, man. Start this shit off, man.
Get your shit off.
Tipping creates this unnecessary barrier between the customers and the workers, right? So it creates and indulges like customers to rate the job performance. Like, so for example, customers shouldn't rate the workers' performance. Like that's what tipping basically is. Workers perform worse when there's like a typical customer who doesn't tip. So if you see a black person come in here or a young person, they be like, well, they ain't gonna tip anyway. So I'm not gonna perform well. And lastly, banning tipping will force companies to pay workers regular wage. Federal minimum wage is $291. They're not paying them a right wage because they think tipping is a thing. That's my reason. I got it out this time.
That's interesting. It's interesting. Let's fight, yo.
I do like to say I apologize for interrupting you on your opening argument. That wasn't fair.
Don't try to save it now. Go ahead.
You do this shit every week.
But anyway, so he said a customer shouldn't judge the waiter. But no, that's what we here for. Like, that's what customer service is. You get judged anyway. Whether you paying for it or not, but at the same time, like, I'm going to judge. This shit was horrible. Whether I'm tipping you in money or I'm tipping you in a feedback or a survey, that happens. So to abolish it, no, you needs to know, because let's say we do abolish it, and then I got a server here who ain't shit. You scaring away my fucking customers. So I need to know, oh, if you ain't shit, I got to get you out of my restaurant.
But that's for the company to decide. It's not necessarily for the customer to decide. A customer's job isn't to say, oh, your performance was a 10, was a 9, so you deserve this amount of money.
If it's customer service, it's the customer's job. What are we talking about?
Not all customer service jobs get tips, though. Customer service isn't just waitresses and hostesses. Customer service is also McDonald's. So they get tips? No,
but they get feedback. You feed, and you can still lose your job off of that feedback. That's great feedback.
True, but I'm saying, but it's ultimately the company's job, because they're paying them that actual real living wage. It's the company's job to do performance tests and performance ratings and shit like that. It's not the customer's job, because the customer has a bias. If at the end of the day, if I'm depending on you as a customer to pay me a living wage, then you ultimately have a bias. Like, if you decide that because I didn't walk right or I didn't smile right, now you're not paying me my living wage, it's not fair for the waitress or the hostess or whatever. That's
true, but we didn't beg you to come get this job. You came to me. I didn't come to you. So for you to have this job, you accepted that.
Exactly.
So for you to know you in the tip-based job, bitch, I need you smile on all 32.
But that's
if
why
you don't have all 32, smile with all 20.
That's wrong. Just because I'm not smiling, that doesn't mean I'm not doing a good job.
As me being a customer.
Also, I mean, that's why tipping should be abolished altogether.
Why?
Like, because for that reason, because why is it that I'm depending on you to pay me? The company should be paying me a actual living wage, like an actual minimum wage, not $2.91. That's not living. Like that's not fair. The company is depending on the customer to pay me my money. That's just not. That's why tipping should be abolished altogether, because now it's going to force the companies to actually pay these waitresses what they deserve. Okay, but you saying what they deserve. What if waitresses, it's some excellent waitresses. So you saying if you pay them what they deserve, and just a roundabout, what's a great roundabout number for you an hour? For me, for a good waitress? For let's say average waitress. Yeah, average waitress. I would say like 18 hours an hour. That's good. That's higher than I expected. But you still have waitresses. We all go in there. We all got a family. That's 3 people sitting down. We probably eat for an hour. We all tip 20 because she's an excellent waitress. She just made $60 an hour plus her $2.91. We all go in there. We get a terrible waitress. So, and then he tipped 5. I may tip 10. You may tip 15. She just made 20 plus her $2.91. So then now you making it on an even playing field, because one's an excellent waitress and great at her job, and one's here. So just like every other facet of American working life. True. But now I'm at a job where if I'm excellent in customer service, I can make my money plus more. So at this point, why are you abolishing something that I'm good at just because of making it fair for everyone else? Because the money plus more is the money is $2.91 an hour, right? So which means my check is going to be $17 an hour. But I probably took home $300 today. But what you take home is not what you can put on your taxes, and that's not what your W-2 says. That's not what when I'm trying to apply for a house. That's not what that says. That's not what that says. Is I'm only making $17 an hour. I mean $17. I'm only making $17 a week, right? And so when I'm trying to apply for that house, or I'm trying to apply for that loan, I'm trying to get student loans, they saying, "Oh, nigga, you broke. You don't have a kid, get Section 8." But when you apply for these loans and certain loans, if you don't make that much money, then you can't get them. But when you apply for the certain things, but the more money you could put down, you still have a way to prove the money you got. Because how can you prove that I made $300 in tips? Because you're a waitress. That job that you get paid $2.90 for is in the contract. You work for tips. So I mean, I can say any number then. Because I can go. So basically, I can go out and be a prostitute, and then say I got all the money from tips. Pretty much. Don't you see the thing that's happening with strippers now? They paying strippers have to pay taxes. That money that they get is now taxable money. So yeah, tipping is tax. You trying to say that they only get the money that you work for in the check? No, the money that you get from your tips, that's still taxable money. That's still income that you can say that you have to get these things that you're trying to get, such as a loan, a house, or whatever. I'm saying, but I'm also saying it's not income you can prove. Is what I'm saying. You can't really prove. So for example, like I'm saying, like say if I'm not really a great waitress, or I'm not making that much in tips. Right. I can't apply for that loan and prove. I can't say, I got $500 in tips today, because I cannot prove that. I can just put any number down. True. Well, then in that case, get you a motherfucking what is it? Motherfucking a regular job? No. What's the nigga that back you up? The second person, the person you put under you. Oh, a cosigner? Yeah, get you a fucking cosigner then, motherfucker. You chose. All I'm saying is you chose this job, so you can't be mad at what comes with the job. But sometimes these type of jobs are jobs that only, like, it's one of the very few jobs where everybody can kind of work it, like regardless of your background, regardless of your educational background. This is a job you can get, and we need those jobs in America. Jobs that's not like necessarily skill based. You can train them to do it, right? And that I don't need an educational background to do it. And work around your time. And it's plenty of jobs that doesn't work tip based. So why are you trying to get rid of the ones that's tip based? What? Can I ask you a question? I want you to janitor. I want you to feed to your second point even more, where you were saying how they stereotype us as black people. Yeah. They just feel as though we only tip them $2 or $3. So why the hell will we go ahead and give you great service when we know that white man over there going to give us a bean or whatever like that? How do you feel about that? I mean, it's not relatable for me, because I still get excellent service and I'm a great tipper. That's why I'm really pro tipping, because I really tip.
I don't even care if the service was bad, because at the end of the day, this is something you do to make your living. And I know I said that, hey, this is a job that you signed up for. We didn't come to you, you came to us. But that's just me. I'm gonna tip you regardless.
So they give you poor service?
No, I never. I mean, I seen poor service, but if the server gave poor service, it was poor across the board. I never seen somebody do good at one table, and my waiter, I'm saying, and then all my experiences, I never seen me get poor service and the next table got great. If you got poor service, everybody was getting poor service. That never happened to me, so I can't speak on it.
I mean, well, from my experience, and if you talk about experience, I've had experience where that was the case. Like we had poor service, or we had very slow service because. Or I can't prove that it was because of the color of our skin or our age or anything, but I can say that looking at the other tables, they were getting better service. They were getting, and they didn't look
smiles
like
and shit like that.
You know what I mean? I'm saying, so I obviously can't prove that she had a personal bias, but I can say that we were getting different service.
Right.
Still shouldn't abolish tipping for that fact.
I mean, that way we don't put the onus on the customer and the waitress to have that type of money relationship. That's all the onus is on the company, which is always should be like. That's what the trust should be.
Yeah, you take away tipping, you get the motherfucker who really don't even want to work. Now I'm not even faking like I'm gonna be happy. Here's your fucking burger. Oh, I asked me. That's the burger you getting today. Like if I'm already getting paid, I have no justice to care about what you feeling.
Why should we abolish tipping here?
We should abolish tipping simply because, like I said, it creates this unnecessary barrier between the customer and the worker. Like it's always this barrier of whether it be is this black person or young person going to tip? Is this white person going to tip well? Is she going to perform well if she expects me not to tip? I want good service across the board. I want so in order for that to happen, I want the company to pay them the right wage, so that way they can get fired or hired based on the company paying them whatever. So yeah,
like that. Let's go, Rick. Let me hear it.
If you broke, just say that. Like everybody, like if you don't want to tip, just say that. Like you don't have to make up excuses for tipping. Like the fries came out cold, bitch. If you wanted them fries off, just say you didn't want the fries. Why you come here? Go to McDonald's, get you $1 fry. But that's what don't try to take away from everybody for a few bad apples. That already goes on to fucking enough. If I'm making my wage, you tip me how you feel. If you don't want to tip, that's fine and dandy. But don't knock everybody's for tipping. And that's why it's people judge like that, because that's what happens. But no, tipping shouldn't be abolished. This is how somebody makes their living. If you want to tip, fine. If you don't want to tip, that's good too. But don't say everybody can't tip. That's fucking wrong. And like I said before, if you broke, stay home.
True. Very true.
Fuck them waiters, fuck them waitresses, fuck them bartenders, fuck them star attendants. But it's not up to me. It's up to y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all should do. Should we abolish tipping or not? You know?
Well, not fuck the star attendants though.
Man, fuck them bitches. Fuck them bitches. All them bitches.
Damn.
Tell them I said it. Fuck, I had to wait for a fucking Incredible Hulk for fucking 45 minutes, bitch. And it was watered down.
True.
And it was like $30. Sign this out, Rick, before I get mad again.
They gave my man blue Kool-Aid. Incredible Hulk.
What a sample of Henny. A sample. Like, what the fuck is going on?
But thanks for listening. It's been another episode of the Two Possibilities Podcast. We hope you like it. We can't wait for the feedback. Keep following us, keep promoting us, keep sharing us, keep liking us. We love you guys. You know, again, it's the drunk one, Uncle Ricky.
I was HeemDaddy. Please say the daddy. My fault.
It's raw. TP raw. They don't call me raw for no reason. Remember, be yourself, trust yourself, like yourself at all times.
At all times.
At all times.
Right? My shit. We totally different. You know that we different. They even told you we different. I was raised in the mud, it molded me different. My first 8 helped me go from poppy store to steak. Even our Kobe was different. Even our homies was different. Fucked up work trying to cook, bro showed me the difference. But the whole thought of bringing that stove to existence. All these bitches choosing, can't keep hoes at a distance. I'm still smoking and sipping. Got my degree in this rapping. Got my diploma in dripping. Only one burner work on the stove in the kitchen. But we still working, can't let it slow up the mission. Used to beat on the table, now ain't like Hov in the kitchen. And this shit ain't never been the same since my dog died. Left her son on the scene, had to hug his mom. They left blood on his jeans, made a thug cry. They gon' hide in quarantine till the summertime. I done seen Glock 19 take 100 lives. He got hit 6 times, he ain't one die. And he got addicted to them perkies, and you wonder why. Don't fall a victim to the streets unless you wanna die.